The budget has been passed. It was read long ago. All they are doing is reading the amendment, therefore there is no need to read the budget again. There is no significance to them not reading the entire budget because it isn't on the table. Only the amendment to the budget is on the table, which is why they read it twice. This is not a noteworthy event, it is business as usual, as it should be. For many years Wells Fargo kept telling you it's a scam. Chase, it's a scam. Why do you think they don't tell you it's a scam anymore? They saw it as a currency on the OFAC's list. They saw it as a currency that was of no value. They saw it as a currency from a country that was at war, so they told you it was a scam. Iraqi parliament responds to US State Department, "Your interference in budget is unacceptable." Quote, on Wednesday, the US State Department urged the Iraqi parliament to expedite the passage of Iraq's federal budget. "We have worked with the federal government of Iraq and the Kurdistan regional government to reach a permanent budget agreement." State Department spokesman Matthew Miller said in a press briefing at the department. The Foreign Relations Committee in the Iraqi parliament responded, on Thursday, to the US State Department's statements. The statements of the US State Department are unacceptable. Iraqi delegation signs Memorandum of Understanding in London. This again makes Iraq going international government advisor. A IQD system is a vital tool for developing customs work and boosting international trade. Wow. This is another article about these future non-oil revenues. The Prime Minister's advisor for financial affairs, Mazar Mohammed Saleh, reviewed on Sunday the importance of adopting the IQD system in customs administration, noting that it reduces delays at ports and boosts international trade. Remember again that this system needs a link to Forex currency exchange to get the most current, up-to-date rate of currencies in order to calculate the fees. They cannot fully implement it without this tie-in. We should get our notifications, I believe, in the next day or two. We start on Thursday. That's possible. This is one of these. I have to wait and see. Security, stability, those are the two words that is the formula in order for us to have a new exchange rate. The CBI floor must be so clean you could eat off of it. The politicians must not have the ability to steal from the auctions anymore. Do they have that ability? No. Are the auctions there? No, all gone. Everything looks good. So what do we need? The exchange rate. Where's the exchange rate? In the budget. Saleh, Iraq ranks first in the world in the concentration of natural resources. Quote, the financial advisor to the Prime Minister, Mazar Mohammed Saleh, confirmed that the country's future will depend on transforming natural resources into productive capital assets, while he indicated that the Natural Resources Renaissance project will come in parallel with the Development Path strategy. A lot of people, skeptically/sarcastically, say, well, Sidoni said the dinar is going to be stronger than the dollar. That's probably going to be true 100%, he warned the citizens. He didn't give a time frame, he just said it's going to be stronger than the dollar. Question, is this one still legal? The 50k note. Frank 26, the 50 dinar note is not legal. Everything else is okie dokie. The 50,000 note is extremely legal. There's even a 100,000 note that will be legal, but that will only be used by the Central Bank of Iraq and the GOI. I tell you about three things. Trade, private sector, which it's now very very good. You're going to see a lot of thing about the private sector, how good it become and how good they invest into it, and the third thing, it's Forex. These three things you have to watch. The government and parliament finished everything they needed to towards revaluing the currency bank as of September 28. That was their last productive real session of parliament. That's why to you as the investor, Iraq's not getting anything done. They're not doing anything because they already finished everything. What they're doing is, Iraq has a scheduled rate change date. They are working around that date, waiting for it to come forward. The Judicial Council announced the recovery of an amount of 5 billion Iraqi dinars, for a financial fraud crime through manipulation of the dollar. A statement issued by the Media Center of the Supreme Judicial Council stated that the Second Kark Investigation Court recovered the amount from one of the violating companies to obtain the difference in the dollar exchange rate. He explained that this happened after greater efforts and under the supervision of the competent judge, stressing that efforts are continuing to take legal measures that ensure the prevention of this crime and currency speculation to preserve state funds. On Thursday, the Iraqi Prime Minister, Mohammed Shia al-Sudani, requested technical assistance from the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, EBRD, to strengthen and develop the banking sector in Iraq, while stressing that the government has many projects that the bank can contribute to financing, including vital infrastructure projects such as roads, bridges and public transportation. This came during his reception at his residence in London of a delegation from the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, EBRD, headed by the bank's president, Odile Renaud-Basso. According to a statement by the Prime Minister's media office received by Shafaq news agency, al-Sudani expressed his appreciation for the approval of the bank's members for Iraq to join it in October of last year, stressing the importance of the partnership with the bank, especially since it includes cooperation in many sectors that the government has placed among the priorities of its government program. During the meeting, according to the statement, the mechanisms for implementing the agreement signed with the bank, which was previously voted on by the House of Representatives, and the role of the bank in developing the Iraqi private sector were discussed, in addition to discussing opportunities for cooperation in renewable energy projects, including solar and wind energy, to reduce carbon emissions and increase energy efficiency. The Prime Minister stressed that the government has many projects that the bank can contribute to financing, including vital infrastructure projects such as roads, bridges and public transportation, especially in areas affected by the conflict, as well as requesting technical assistance from the bank to strengthen and develop the banking sector in Iraq, pointing out the importance of the bank president visiting Iraq to explore potential opportunities for cooperation. During the meeting, it was proposed to establish a joint working group to determine the priorities of the projects in which the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development will participate in Iraq, according to the statement. The Foreign Relations Committee, in the Iraqi Parliament responded, on Thursday, to the U.S. State Department's statements regarding urging the Parliament to expedite the vote on the budget to resolve the dispute between Baghdad and Erbil. Committee member Mukhtar al-Musawi told Shafaq news agency, "The statements of the U.S. State Department are unacceptable, and this interference in Iraqi internal affairs regarding the budget and other matters is blatant and unacceptable, and cannot be tolerated and must be officially rejected by the relevant government agencies, as well as the House of Representatives and political actors." Al-Musawi added that the dispute between Baghdad and Erbil, financial and oil, is an internal issue and it is not right for any external